First and foremost, we want to be clear that what we are sharing with you are strategies and concepts that can be implemented by individuals who understand the logistics of how these techniques work. We are not giving you specific tax or financial advice. We are simply giving you 3 key elements of how to approach such platforms as far as the literal, the mental, and spiritual format needed to be successful with your aspirations.
What's up, world? You're tuning into FBN, and this is another episode of Finance Bros Network. I am the one half of finance, Anton Lefwich.
And this is Michel DuPoux, the other half. We are coming to you live with Finance for Everyday People, and we are honored to be here and to be able to serve diverse communities as usual.
Yes, indeed. Hey, man, happy holidays, everybody. You know, it's Christmas time. Everybody's spreading cheer. You know, we want to try to bring some as FBN. You know, every episode is close to our heart. I mean, you know, me and Mike, we do this definitely from our deep down our soul, giving you guys something that's really special to us and hoping that you'll resonate with these things that we bring from our hearts. But this is definitely an episode that will really hit me hard specifically, and I actually hit me so hard I'm calling Mike in the middle of my work week like, Mike, man, we gotta do this. I feel like I wanted to have you drive to the house like right then so we can record it right there on the spot, man.
You know, that's why the title is Money, the Key to Your Happiness.
Yeah, is money the key to your happiness? Wow. We're asking the question, ladies and gentlemen. And Mike, you know why this really hits me hard right here? Because, you know, we're all every day, we wake up, go to work, or go work our business or run our businesses. You know, we come home, take care of our family, maybe spend a little me time, hopefully, and then go to bed. Yeah. Wake up, go to work, run a business, come home, take care of the family, go to bed. And in between these moments in our life that we're doing things,
right,
to the extent that we can stop and take the time to either, you know, think about what it is we want to do, or be grateful for what's going on, like we're going to talk about here in a little bit, to the extent that we can just take a minute, 30 seconds sometimes, right. 15 seconds. The other day I was in the front room, I was doing my little morning routine, I was doing my push-ups, and then I sat down on my butt on the floor, and I just closed my eyes, and I was taking deep breaths like that, and I was just like, man, just thank you God for letting me breathe. Just for having the ability to breathe. And it was just a few seconds. It was less. Well, maybe it ended up being like 2-3 minutes. Man, do you know how much better my day was that day?
There you go.
Bro, it's just that little thing, that little investment of stopping and pausing for a second to just be in the moment.
Right.
Right. And, you know, I've had conversations with people in the past where, you know, and they've given me this advice. I've actually received that advice many times throughout my life, but in the season that I'm in my life personally right now, I do feel genuinely like I have this sense of calm. Like, of course, there's adversity all day. There's always things going on, always things coming at us and everything that we do. But for some reason, I'm able to just take a minute, take a second.
And you know, it's funny that you're saying that, Anton, because for our wealthians out there, and, you know, we're trying to find money. This is the whole point of this podcast. And for season 3, we said we're going to focus on more the mental and the spiritual part of things. Just the things you just spoke about. Just taking that time out.
Yeah, man.
To breathe. Yeah. To reflect. You know, that's part of that wealthiness. That's part of that. You thinking it's not go. Let me see how I could try to make this money here to be happy. That's not how it works.
Telling you, bro. That's what it'll bring. That's what's gonna bring it to you, man.
Yep,
This is the mental and the spiritual behind
Yep.
the act of the literal of going out and
There you
doing
go.
it, right?
There you go.
Creating a space for ourselves so that when we finally do go out and we are putting our hands on something, the little intricate things that try to come at us throughout the day just roll off of our shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And it's a muscle that we build, and man, it's so subconscious. We really hope y'all are grabbing this, wealthians, because this is really deep stuff.
Right.
And when we ask the question, is money the key to your happiness or to our happiness? We're talking about these things because with these tools being exercised constantly, daily, and becoming habitual, positive habits that we're actually building, and now we're doing it it's secondhand nature, and we're doing it without thinking about it.
Right.
Man, if the money don't just start coming, let me tell you, and you just sit back, you wonder like, man, all of a sudden it's just things are clicking, things are happening.
Right.
It's just like effortless. But it's these things that were built up underneath the covers, under the water, in the times that no one is watching us, that we get to harness these skills and then watch it unfold in the world when we're able to give our gift at its highest capacity.
Right.
Man, told you I was gonna go off on this, bro. Man, seriously,
feeling
man.
it now.
I feel this, man. Seriously, and I want to say this because I looked at the. We got to look up. We got to go to Webster.
Yep.
Real quick. Went to
Google
Webster.
it.
Right.
Google it.
And I went to the definition. I said definition of happy, just real basic, right?
Right.
And it said feeling of showing pleasure or contentment. I said,
Simple.
I said, well, that's simple, but I don't know what contentment means. So let me go look that up.
Okay.
Right. Because I want it to be, we want to Mike the poet, man. Break it down to the simple, right? So definition of contentment, a state of happiness and satisfaction. So it threw you right back. Right. But that satisfaction part. All right. Made some promises to myself that I talked to you about in private, talked to the people closest to me about.
Right.
Lately made a couple promises to myself.
Right.
And here it is some days later, and we were out and about just now, and you have full support of me. We were sitting there ordering some food. It was real simple.
Yep.
Right. And I felt satisfaction.
There you go.
Because the promises that I had made to myself were being kept.
That's the point.
That is the highest form, I believe, Mike. And I've even read this, and Tony Robbins did this. He did this. It wasn't a survey. He did this assessment, I guess, on the 6 human needs, and he came up with a couple categories that we'll bring up here in a second. But anyways, the highest form of self for me that I believe that is working in my life right now is the fact that if you want to build self-confidence, keep the promises you make to yourself.
Right.
And also, the quickest way to destroy our own confidence is break the promises that we make to ourselves.
There you go.
You said you was going to go work out tomorrow and get up, went to work and didn't do it, went to bed, felt bad about it, got up the next day. You ain't got to tell nobody, but
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so I had to look that up, and what we got down here is actually really key too. Money, basic needs first, right? Money can bring happiness when it's used to meet your basic needs. Food, shelter, healthcare. All right. Without those, happiness becomes hard to achieve because let's be honest. I mean, if you can't eat, stress comes. If the family can't eat, stress comes. Especially the weight that us men out here carry. Right. Holding down the family. Right. So and I want to break this up a little bit, Mike. Right. I don't want to go too deep on it early, but I wanted to kind of bring up that fact and mention that Tony Robbins assessment. If you guys want to go out there and look it up, do some Googling. Like I said, we're not going to dig deep into it. You guys go. We want to give you fundamentals, encourage you to go out and do your homework. So the 6 basic human needs was certainty, or i.e. security, right? Variety, the need for things to change and have new things from time to time. All right. Significance or recognition, want to be seen, right? We all want to be recognized in some way. Right. Love and connection. All right.
Of course.
Right,
self-explanatory.
Of course, that's you ain't gotta emphasize on that.
Right.
And then growth, right? Whether that's personal or professional, and then contribution,
Right.
right? Getting outside of ourselves to go out there and meet the world,
Right.
right? So yeah, that's
So-
what's up.
So, and you think about all these things and you're like, well, how is that related to money? It's related to money in the sense that in order for you to do or to make what you're looking to make, because think about it, if you're upset about something and you're doing a job, does the job come out well?
That's true. No, probably not as well as it could.
Right. If you're mad, sometimes you're making, especially if you work in an office, if you're stressed out, let's take one of these. If you don't have love and connection, let's say you're having a problem with your spouse or with your significant other, are you able to concentrate and make something happen?
Man.
You understand? So
deep,
think
bro.
about that. So, and that's the whole point of this conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
You you even have it, you even try to experience things. Like if you go do some research and you spend some money on experiences, let's say you take a trip or you go have fun doing outgoing things. Those things will last longer when you spend money doing those type of things, as opposed to being stressed about doing other things that's not gonna give you that benefit back, because you spent the money on something that's gonna last longer, or it's gonna give you those warm and fuzzy, the things that you
Memories,
love,
things you
memories,
memorize.
things that you
remember
connect
forever,
with, things that satisfy you, those things you just mentioned.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's what we're talking about, that connection with money and your feelings. And that's what we mean about the happiness. And it's kind of hard to connect it, or hard to explain it, but that's where it comes from. And that's why we were trying to do this podcast, to show, or this particular subject, to show how happiness and money connects, as opposed to what people have a perception of money and how to use money or how to get money. And it may not be bringing you the joy that it's supposed to bring you in your life.
Well, yeah, because maybe the going after it was with the wrong energy or with the wrong intent. When you say connecting money and happiness, the pursuit of just giving your gift at its highest form to the world, it will bring money. Mark our words, okay?
Right.
Giving your gift at its highest form and being free with it, all right? And being able to not to be able to drown out distractions. The world gets real loud, but if you're just deep in your gift and you are focused on giving that to your best ability, the money, everything, and guess what? When it comes, it won't define you.
Right.
The money will never be a part of that.
Right. That reminds me of something.
What's that?
Somebody said to me, who you are, you'll always be that person, whether you have money or you don't have money.
Bruh, say that again, man.
Who you are, you'll be that person, whether you have money or you don't have money. So if you're a kind person, you'll be a kinder person with more money.
Yep.
But if you're an a-hole,
you'll be a a-hole with money.
A bigger a-hole with money.
It heightens, it multiplies what's inside of us outside, and it brings it out, right? Those things that are going on inside with a lot of money, it'll bring those things out at a very heightened factor, right?
Exactly.
And man, I want to say this to you, I want to ask you this, bro, because you are one of not only one of my best friends, I have we keep a small circle. But I mean, you're also one of the most direct and very focused people that I know in my life. And you do not let things that are outside of you get in side of you,
I keep
where
a
it starts,
small circle.
where it starts to control you. And I'm talking about people, places, and things. Okay, doesn't matter what it is, whether it's drinking a beer or whatever. You have one when you want to have one. It might be 6 months later, maybe you have another, but it doesn't control you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know this. Real quick, man. I got to throw this in because we did this on our TV show,
Right.
and you know I just had to bring it back, Mike. I couldn't.
Okay.
I feel like we couldn't do the episode without it.
All right.
Man, so you remember this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like you know.
I'm happy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
All
I feel
right,
like we can't do the show without bringing in the Pharrell, man. You know,
Yes,
it's just. I mean, talk about.
Yeah,
just
we're
talk
talking about happiness. Definitely, we gotta play the song,
bro. It's a feel good song, and you just gotta put it out there. But I want to ask you this, Mike. I mean, seriously, man. I want to just share with our people, man. Share with our wealthiest, the world, man. How do you maintain that sense of calm? No matter how, I mean, things are good, things are bad, whatever. It's just not too high, not too low. Mike's just right here, right in the middle. You know, and a mentor once told me, you know, don't get too high on the highs, don't get too low on the lows, because reality is somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. To me, you are the definition of that, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, I have to tell you, I had a great teacher.
That's what's up.
And God rest his soul, my dad, who just passed away.
Man, bro. Praise
my
God.
dad was the epitome of stressless. Nothing stressed this man. Mm-hmm. And what I learned from him is what makes him happy, he's going to treasure. If something doesn't make him happy, he puts it to the side, he puts it away, or he guards against it. He's like, okay, my dad was the type of person, he came from another country. He came into this country. He said one of the reasons why, and you know, maybe this was God's way of helping him, he never bought a house. And he said, the reason why I never bought a house, because I knew all the stuff that involved in maintaining a house in this country was going to not make my life happy. So I didn't buy a house. So I was okay renting, where having the landlord take care of all the problems. So he never bought a house. Wow. And you think about that, you're like, okay, that's kind of weird, because we're Americans and that's the American dream.
It's the thing to do, buy a house, right?
Yeah, buy a house.
Yeah.
But not my dad. My dad kept it simple. And I look at that. I mean, I have a better understanding of buying a house, so it wasn't that much of a big deal for me. But for him, it was, this is not going to make me happy. So whatever did not make my dad happy, he did not allow into his aura. And I saw that he lived to be 100 years old because of that.
Triple digits, man. That's a blessing, bro.
So I've adapted that in my life.
Yeah.
I am not going to allow things to come into my life. And that's including, you know, if I have money, to allow the money to dictate my happiness.
Preach, brother. Say that.
I'd rather give it away. Because if it's going to make me unhappy, I'd rather not have it.
Man. And you know something? I see the love in the deposits. You know, we talk about deposits and withdrawal. I see the deposits you make into your twin girls. And, you know, whenever I hear you talk about your father, bro, I can relate that directly to the way I see you with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the things that you give them. And I mean, it could be a straight storm blizzard of life going on, man. But you know, if it's got something to do with them, it's just, hey, because
that's what makes me happy.
Yeah. I see
that's
that.
what makes me happy.
I see that, bro.
Whatever they need, whatever's necessary for them. And real talk right now, an ex-girlfriend told me that. He's like, the three most important thing in your life is your three kids. And she's sure is right. My son, he's 27, and my two twin girls, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Most important things in my life. That's what I do. Whatever I'm doing, making enough money, getting more money to make sure they're okay.
Mm-hmm. Man, brother, I know that they're gonna grow up to be very proud extensions of you, man. I want to say that's real, man. I give you so much credit and respect for that, bro.
And
it's not easy to do.
Yeah, and I'll give one more advice about the happiness thing, and this is maybe a little bit off of the money thing, but
hey, this is all to appreciate it. Yeah, so we got to do it. Yeah, we got to talk about it.
And everybody who's who's hearing this, the other thing you got to do is look at yourself in the mirror. You got to make yourself happy.
Yep.
Make yourself happy first, because guess what? If you're not making yourself happy, whatever you like. If I make any amount of money, and we said this in another podcast, I pay myself first. 10%. If I make $100, I'm paying myself $10. I got to do something with it. Yeah. How could I work so hard to make $100 and not give myself anything? Right. That's ludicrous.
Yeah. That's man. And the way you put that, it seems like it should be simple, right?
Right. So, wealthians, you're out there. Take care of you first. Make yourself happy first. You're number one. Make you happy. And then let that energy spill out to everyone else, especially to the ones you love.
There you go, man. In the form of your gift. Because everybody got a gift to give.
So that's my advice.
Hey, and look, we completely off. We're not on script right now. Okay?
We are off script, but we get back on script.
No. I love this though, man. I love this. I this is real. This is from the heart. I always know when I'm listening to somebody when they're just straight coming from the soul, man.
Right.
And nothing makes me listen and pay attention more than when I feel that.
Right.
You know what I mean? People ain't got to see us. They ain't got to be looking you in the eye to feel you, bro.
Right.
And to feel your spirit, man. Now, I'm glad you brought that up, by the way, because I want to mention this about avoiding comparison traps.
Right.
All right. Constantly comparing your financial situation or your marriage or children, for that matter, to others, which can drain your happiness, right? Focus on your own journey and progress.
Right.
Because we're all on we may be, in life, we connect to people and we may choose people that we're going to, whatever's going to business with, like, me and Mike and I, we naturally, genuinely found ourselves in a business relationship and we're thriving in it. You know what I mean? It was not forced. It was
Absolutely
not forced.
Not.
It just literally happened on its own. All right.
It was organic.
Right. He's like, man, we gonna just sit here talking about this, every night. We might as well start writing some stuff down.
Right.
And one thing led to another, and genuinely here we are. But we are all on our path in life, and we are going through seasons.
Right.
And we are not to compare chapter 2 to chapter 25 in someone else's life. So, and that's like, Mike, you always talk about gratitude, man.
Right.
And that's being grateful in that moment. Take a minute, take a second, be grateful for how far we've come and the journey that is ahead.
Right.
Because we are living this life. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you going through something, congratulations. Because guess what? You going through. Right. You're not stuck in. Right. So you just spoke the words of victory right there. Right. What's going on, man? Oh, I'm going through something. Congratulations.
Right.
You just spoke victory.
Right.
You didn't just say, what's going on, man? Oh, I'm stuck in something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that could have been your mindset. Most time we say we're going through something, but in our head, we're stuck in it.
Right.
So let's believe the words that we're saying when we say something is negative, is I'm going through something, and believe that that's a positive. I'm going through. I'm not going to be here forever. And there's going to be a way, a solution will present itself if I just stay positive and believe.
Right. And mentally, you have to adapt a growth mindset. Instead of stressing over what you don't have, think about what you can achieve.
Yes.
Build financial goals, give yourself a sense of purpose and control.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Because like you were saying, just you don't want to be stuck or something. You want to be able to grow out of it mentally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna bring you that happiness.
I love it, brother. I love it, man. And look, going back to others. All right. So excuse me. Yeah. Give back to others.
Yeah.
I'm saying, well, that's true. Going back to others. Yeah. Still give back to others.
Right.
Right. Helping someone in need, whether through donations, gifts, or your time.
Yes.
Creates a deep sense of fulfillment.
Yes.
All right.
And that's a spiritual.
That's definitely the spiritual right there.
That's a spiritual contact right here. We hitting the spiritual when it comes to money right now.
I'm telling you, bro. And look, man, I see it in my mom's eyes every time I am moving a lot, and I do work a lot. I know I put a lot into my craft and the things I'm doing day to day, but it does hit me at night. Gotta go check on moms. And if I sit down there for a few minutes, she values that time so much, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Man, I'm reminding myself right now to make sure I'm intentional about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you, God, for reminding me that, because just saying it right now, I feel it, bro.
Right.
Just sitting there. It don't matter if you're not saying a word and you're just listening to her talk. Bro, you just went and visited your mom.
Yeah, I just did.
Bro. Week ago. Man, just real quick, hey, man, if we go, we go, okay? Because we giving it to them this holiday season, right?
There you go.
We spreading cheer the FBN way, and it's real. So when you walked in the door, when your mom's, bro, what happened?
You
so
like
you didn't
that
tell
story.
nobody you was coming.
I didn't tell anybody I was coming.
Okay, what's
I
up?
was telling, and nobody was coming. My mom has a dementia. She's pretty much not mobilized, but she's been getting better. I heard she's been getting better. And then I went to see her a couple of days ago. And then I walked through the door and everybody's looking at me like, what? Like they saw a ghost. I'm like, okay, it's on. I know I didn't tell you guys I was coming, but come on now. This is me, Mike. And then, no, they said, no, it's not that. Mom was just saying, where's Mike? Where's Mike? I want to talk to Mike.
Wow, bro.
She sensed that I was coming.
There you go.
That made me happy.
Yeah, I bet it did, man. And I believe it ain't nothing like a mother's love for her son, bro.
It's nothing. And, that goes back to what you were saying, giving back, just being able to go.
What you gave to her in that moment, bro?
That was a gift, And then she didn't say much, but I sat there with her for an hour, just my presence. Yeah, she spoke about some things. I had no idea what she was talking about.
Don't matter.
But my presence that was there.
Yeah.
She wanted to speak to me, and I flew from California to New York, 3,000 miles.
You can't go no further without jumping in the water.
and then she just sensed that I was coming.
Man, that's deep.
And it was crazy, but it's giving back. That's where your happiness is going to come from, and being afford to be able using money to do that. It took money for me to fly to get there, and I had to save that money to fly to get there to do that.
That's that contribution piece too from the Tony Robbins study. I don't know if we don't know if he did it first or who did it first or whatever, but it was a study that was done, and we happened to come across it. But that's definitely that contribution piece right there. Right. And so what it did for you, I'm sure, was even more.
Exactly. So wealthians out there, try not to be too materialistic. Try to find these different things that's going to make you happy. Don't go out and buy gadgets and stuff like that you think it's going to make you happy, because you're going to buy, just like kids. They ask for toys. You go out, they cry for it, and you buy it for them. Guess what? 5 minutes later, where's that toy? Right in that corner. Think about that.
They playing with the box.
Right. They playing with the box. That's the same. Believe it or not, that's the same thing with us.
Real,
you want that purse, or you want that jacket, or you want that stuff. That's not going to give you happiness.
Nah, it ain't.
That's not going to give you happiness. give back to your family, give back to your religion, if that's what, those things can pay back 10 times fold.
That's what's up.
To the people you love, those are going to pay you back 10 times fold.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
that goes what you saying with the detaching from materialism too, bro.
Yes.
That's deep, man. So I love that. True wealth comes from relationships, community, purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, man, we got to get into the breakdown, Mike, because I know we're gonna keep me here all night. Hey, look, real quick before we get into this breakdown, y'all go research something else called the 5 Love Languages. Yes, I'm getting cheesy as who I am. I'm made of love. So hey, there it is for y'all. So just something. It's actually a book, the 5 Love Languages, Mike, too.
Yeah.
So there's receiving gifts or gift giving. That's one of the love language. Another one is quality time. Obviously, we talked about that. Words of affirmation. This is definitely. I know I'm definitely words of affirmation, and the next one here, acts of service. Doing things through showing love through doing things. This could be laundry. This could be doing the dishes, cleaning the house for your significant other, or whatever. Right. Words of affirmation is obviously I value you. I respect you. Thank you for what you've done for me in my life. Things like that. Saying using words to build people up, right? And then of course physical touch. Some people from a hug or just holding hands or something like that. These are ways that these are different love languages that we all interact and use from time to time to communicate our affection to people, our feelings to people. So, this is something that we thought, it just really hit my heart, Mike, that we should put that out there to give to our wealthians, because again, bringing back full circle, these things that go on inside will eventually allow us to give our gift at its highest level, and that will translate into all of the means that you will ever want to obtain in this world as a wealthian.
And guess what? Most of these things are free.
How about that?
You didn't need money for that.
You ain't got to get no prescription, Mike. No subscription. You ain't got to buy the book. You know what I'm saying?
Those things are free.
All free, bro. How about that, man? How about that?
Oh, man.
I love it, man. Let's get into the breakdown.
Let's get into the breakdown. Okay,
Give
the literal. The literal is emulating financial stress.
Eliminating.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
That's all right.
Eliminating financial stress. Being debt-free or having emergency fund can bring peace of mind, which directly impacts your happiness.
That's real.
So that's the literal. When we do the breakdown, we always tell you what's the literal, mental, and spiritual. So in this episode, being debt-free. So and debt-free is in our society, it's I don't want to say it's 100%, because you can still have a mortgage, you can still have car payments. I would say debt-free in this sense of the word is having enough savings. God forbid something happens. You have at least 3 months. They say 3 to 6 months of savings for your regular bills. And then after that, you're not having big credit card bills and all those other things to put you in a situation where you're more happy when you don't have all these crazy bills. You have savings enough. And that's the literal sense of the money making you happy.
Yeah, that's that security factor, I believe, bro. And I would even argue that equates to giving more to something than you take from it.
Right.
Whether that's a relationship, a job, that maybe can go a little, that can border on spiritual, but still literally giving more to something than you take from that thing. Right. And guess what? It works best if everybody does it.
There you go.
Right.
All right. Let's hit them with the mental.
Yep.
Practice financial gratitude or appreciation. I appreciate you.
You already know it.
Gratitude isn't just for the big things. Be thankful for the small financial wins, like savings. I just said that, on groceries or hitting a budget goal. See, that goes hand in hand with the literal.
That's for real. I like it.
Savings, just savings on everything, or having a budget will give you that money happiness.
Bro, I love that. Man, hey, look, man. The Chiefs was playing the game the other day and they barely won by a couple points. You know what Patrick Mahomes said after the game?
What do you say?
Porter's like, how you feel about just barely something to the extent of how you feel about just barely winning? A win is a win.
Pretty much.
He said a win. He said, "What's the score say?" That W it doesn't say 12 wins. Kinda.
Right. It says 12 wins. Period.
The Chiefs had 10 wins this year, and they had 4 kinda wins. No, it's 14 wins.
There you go.
A win is a win, bro.
That's it.
All right.
That's
so
it.
loving that, and of course the spiritual, man. You already know we got to do it. So use money as a tool, not a goal. Money is a means to an end, not the end itself. All right.
Preach.
When you use it to support your passions and enrich your life, it aligns with your deeper spiritual purpose.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, man.
That's deep, brother.
They might have to rewind that a couple of times, bro. Nah, I'm not going to say it again. They can rewind it a couple of times, but love that, because money is a tool, brother.
Yep,
you know what
that's
I mean?
all it is.
And like we said earlier, it's going to emphasize what's going on inside of us.
Yeah,
right. And magnify who we are on the outside. All right. We just have more of it to work with because now this money, this thing, this tool is now giving us access. All right. So we support our passions, and literally, again, I'm going to say it again, and I said it 15 times around this episode, brother. Allow us to operate in a way that allows us to give our gift at its highest form to the world, and bring back more and more and more abundance that we can then circulate back into the world. And now there's this meaningful cycle that's going on, and it's endless, it's infinite, forever.
That's what's up.
And the t-shirt,
And
Mike,
the t-shirt is...
I love this t-shirt, bro.
Here we
Give
go.
him the t-shirt.
I'll give him the t-shirt.
Go ahead.
True happiness isn't for sale, but it's definitely in your budget.
Give me 20 of them, man. Put 20 of them in the box for me right now and ship them, man. I gotta get them out for Christmas.
We definitely got to
tree.
put that on the t-shirt for
real.
sure.
Oh,
For sure.
man,
I
love
really
it.
like that. So,
That's beautiful.
we're talking about happiness. Make sure it's in your budget.
Man.
Make sure
it's in your budget.
That's what's up.
Oh, that's another t-shirt.
There you go. I flipped it on him.
I love it, man. Hey, you guys, we love y'all. We love the world. Our wealthiest, man. Mike,
Yes.
Christmas is coming up.
Christmas. Merry Christmas, wealthians. Merry Christmas to all our wealthians out there. I appreciate you as usual. We want everybody, hopefully everyone gets something. We don't expect you to get everything that you're looking for. And yes, it is a Kool-Aid holiday, but you know what? That was our last episode here. We get it. But you know what?
Man.
However you celebrate this holiday, whether you celebrating Hanukkah or Christmas, it's a form of happiness, right?
Yeah,
it's a form of getting together. Society has built it that way.
And it's hard for some people.
Right,
some people
right.
have a hard time during this time of year.
Whatever it is, like whatever little that you have, we spoke about that in the episode.
Yeah.
Have appreciation for it, right?
There you go.
If you're able to get whatever you can get, even if it's a card that says Merry Christmas, appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Have gratitude that you were able, because some people are not even getting a card, brother.
We know that's right.
So appreciate. Make sure whatever you get for Christmas, yes, we know it's a societal thing, but if it's a religious, you focus on the religious, the birth of Jesus Christ with Christmas. That's the way you celebrate it. Then go ahead and do that. And celebrate that way.
Do what makes it special for you.
Yeah, make sure,
because
because that's what's going to make you happy. And we at Finance Bros Network want to make sure our wealthians out there, they're celebrating their holiday the best way. And definitely with the new year coming up, you guys, it's going to be a new day. This is the best time, and we're going to preach it. We're going to be here. We're going to come to you.
For sure.
New year, new time. We have because we're financial. We talk about financial. Our new year is technically January or February 1st, January 31st, or whatever, because that's the fiscal New Year. but for everybody else who's celebrating a New Year, Happy New Year, because we're probably going to be out for the next couple of weeks.
We're taking a couple weeks off, family. So, we're going to be with our families. We hope we're going to be with yours. And look, if doing absolutely nothing is what makes you happy over the next couple of weeks,
do it.
We encourage you to do that.
Do it.
100%, because it's got to start with you. It's got to start with us. So.
Yeah, but we wanted to make this episode so you guys to know that this is what we want to encourage. We want to encourage we talk about money, and we want to make sure you equate finance, money with a level of happiness.
Absolutely.
And if you didn't get anything from this episode, that's what we want. We want to bring you that joy. We want to bring you that mindset. However you get that happiness into your life, and whatever little you have, see if you could balance it out for you to get that happiness in your life.
Amen, brother. I think that's a good way to wrap it up.
There you go.
Hey, y'all, we going to miss y'all the next couple of weeks. I know we've been teasing. We know we've been teasing y'all about this announcement, and it's getting closer. We promise you it's getting closer. We're about to make it. The T's are getting crossed. The I's are getting dotted, literally.
Literally.
All right, we going to make sure it's right for y'all. So, hey, don't forget to check us out on all your social media podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, obviously at our home on HHN TV. And as usual, Mike, one more time.
I appreciate you.
Hey, you already know, y'all. Merry Christmas. We'll see you at the bank.
Happy New Year.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.